Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss any video lesson from Rao's IAS Study Circle. Welcome to the daily prelims practice from The Hindu and the Indian Express. But before starting today's discussion, let us look at a very important announcement.
Hello students, there is an announcement for you regarding the optional classes which we at Rao's IAS are starting at Bengaluru and New Delhi Center. The optional paper of Public Administration will be taken up by Anubhav Sharma sir at the Bengaluru campus on 26 September from 3:30 pm. For the history optional subject, orientation class at the Bengaluru campus will be taken up by Parampreet Singh sir on 27th of September from 3:30 pm. And the orientation for geography as an optional subject will be taken up by Indrajit Bariyar sir on 27th September from 6 pm. So these three subjects will be taken up at Bengaluru Center. Shobik Sen sir will take up the optional classes for psychology optional at New Delhi on 28th of September from 3:30 pm. And this will be followed up by the orientation class of sociology by Dr. Surendra Singh sir on 28th of September from 6 pm onwards. On 29th September, the orientation class will be taken up for PSIR optional by Rahul Puri sir from 3:30 pm. Whereas on the same day, that is on 29th September from 6 pm onwards, orientation classes for the history optional will be taken up by Kritika ma'am and Mathimaran Raju sir. Next, on 30th of September, the orientation class for public administration will be taken up by Dr. V.K. Kaushik sir from 3:30 pm, which will be followed up by the orientation class for geography optional at New Delhi campus from 6 pm on 30th of September by Vineet Thaplu sir. Now these orientation classes will be conducted both online and also in the offline mode. And these classes you can interact with your teachers about the optional subjects, the nature of questions asked, and also the syllabus provided by UPSC.
This article is related to the controversy that has started related to the introduction of spotted deer in the Kuno Palpur National Park as a prey for the cheetahs. We all know that recently cheetahs were reintroduced in the Kuno Palpur National Park in the Madhya Pradesh. If you look at the previous year question papers, UPSC has been asking questions related to important species of the deer and their distribution, habitat as well as conservation related programs. In this line, in the year 2021, a question was asked related to places where the musk deer is found in its natural habitat. Again, in another year, UPSC had asked question related to conservation of swamp deer and in which of the national park is the conservation of swamp deer taking place. So if you look at the practice question on your screen related to the spotted deer, we have to identify in which of the following protected areas can spotted deer be found in its natural habitat. Now if you look at the spotted deer, which is also called as cheetal, is widely found in India. Now, if you look at its habitat distribution across India, it is widely found in forested areas throughout the Indian peninsula. And one of the important regions where the spotted deer and the cheetahs can be found is the Tarai belt in the foothills of the Himalayas. Now, in this practice question that you see on your screen, we have 4 protected areas that have been provided. In this, we have to closely eliminate first those protected areas where it is not possible to find any cheetal or spotted deer because we know the distribution of cheetal or the spotted deer and it is found in the peninsular region across India and also in the Tarai belt. In this line, if you look at the first national park, that is the Dachigam National Park, it is located in Kashmir and that is why it is not possible to find cheetal in its natural habitat in the Dachigam National Park and you can eliminate the first one. If you look at the second wildlife sanctuary that has been provided, it is the Achabal Wildlife Sanctuary. Now it is also located in Kashmir. That is why you can easily eliminate 1 and 2. If you look at the third and the fourth, the third one is Corbett National Park, which lies in the Tarai region in the foothills of the Himalayas. That is why this is a correct option that has been provided. And fourthly, it is found in the Ranthambore National Park. And if you look at the controversy that has been highlighted in this news article, it is also related to the introduction of spotted deers in the Kuno Palpur National Park in Madhya Pradesh as a prey to the cheetahs. And that is why it is widely found in Rajasthan and that is why it is found in Ranthambore National Park, which is located in Rajasthan. So the correct answer here is that only in 2 of the above given protected areas, the spotted deer can be found in its natural habitat. And hence the correct answer will be B, that is only 2. Now to improve your preparation of the environment section from the prelims examination perspective, keep this thing in mind The national parks or the species that are given even in the options in the questions, you should prepare them thoroughly for the prelims examination. So this is a very important step that you can take to improve your preparation of the environment section from the prelims examination perspective. The second article is related to the government of Delhi's plan to spray biodecomposer solution over the paddy fields to curb stubble burning and pollution related to that. And if you look at the previous year question papers, the pollutants that are emitted because of biomass burning were asked in the prelims examination of 2021. However, this article is related to the biodecomposer that has been built to solve the problem of stubble burning. And if you look at this previous year question that was asked in 2015, it was related to the mechanism that will be used by the biotoilets that were being used by the Indian Railways, which were developed by the DRDO back then. So if you look at this question on the screen, it is related to biodecomposer that has been developed by the PUSA and the Indian Agriculture Research Institute, which is being utilized in the Delhi. The first statement is the decomposition of stubble is initiated by a bacterial inoculum, which is incorrect because it is initiated by a consortium of fungi or fungus. And that is a very important thing that we should learn, that the biodecomposer that is being used in Delhi to solve the problem of stubble burning, which has been developed by PUSA, uses fungus and does not use bacteria. The second statement reads that the exposure to sunlight is essential for decomposition to initiate for this decomposer to work. However, this statement is also incorrect. And this is because according to the guidelines that have been highlighted by the PUSA, it states that there shouldn't be any exposure to sunlight and the moisture content should be adequate. And which clearly highlights that the exposure to sunlight should not be there in order to improve the speed of decomposition. So the correct answer in this question will be D, that is neither 1 nor 2. The next question is related to the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and in this, the 4 separatist regions in Ukraine are going to vote this week to join Russia. And these regions are Luhansk, Kherson, Zaporizhia as well as Donetsk. If you look at the previous year question papers, in the year 2022, UPSC has asked questions related to countries which were facing political issues and which were in news because of various political controversies. In this line, if you look at this practice question, we have 3 regions, Zaporizhia, Nagorno-Karabakh and SOK in news. And we have to identify if these pairs are correctly matched with their countries. So if you look at the first pair, Zaporizhia and Russia, it is not located in Russia. It is located in Ukraine. That is why first is incorrect. Second is Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia. This is also incorrectly matched. This is because of the Nagorno-Karabakh region, which has been in news because of the conflict that is going on between Armenia and Azerbaijan in the Caucasus region between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. However, this Nagorno-Karabakh region is internationally recognized as a part of Azerbaijan and not a part of Armenia. And if you look at this third region, which is SOK, it was in news because of the recent boundary settlement that has taken place in 2 of the important Central Asian countries, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan. And this was mainly related to enclaves that exist on both the sides of the border across the border of Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. In this line, if you look at this SOK territory, it is a part of Uzbekistan. However, it is an enclave inside the Kyrgyzstan's territory. And that is why this third pair is also incorrectly matched, because SOK is a part of Uzbekistan and not a part of Kyrgyzstan. So the correct answer in this question will be D, that is none of the above pairs have been correctly matched in this question. The next question is related to the National Education Policy, which was released in the year 2022. If you look at the previous year question papers, in the year 2017, a question was asked related to a policy which was released related to National Intellectual Property Rights Policy. And that is why any important policy which is released by the Government of India becomes important for us from prelims examination perspective also. Now, if you look at this first statement, it reads, for the first time, the National Education Policy will aim to cover age group of 3 to 6 years under the school curriculum. Now, this is a correct statement, and this was not the case in the previous education policy, which covered the school curriculum for the children from the age of 6 years onwards. If you look at the second statement, it says it aims to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio from preschool to secondary education by 2025, which is also an incorrect statement because the target has been set up of 100% gross enrollment ratio for 2030. In this line, another important target is that it aims to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary schools by 2025. If you look at this third statement, it reads, the policy envisages discontinuation of MPhil program. And this statement is correct. And the fourth statement is that it provides for the constitution of a gender inclusion fund by the government of India, which is a correct statement. And this aims at providing equitable and quality education to all girls as well as transgender students. So the correct answer that comes out is C, that is 1, 3, and 4 only. However, if you look at this question closely, when we know that the second statement is incorrect, if we try to eliminate, we can easily eliminate the answers A, B, and D. And hence we can arrive at the correct answer, that is C. So you can always use elimination technique to eliminate some of the options that are given in the question. The next question is related to the early withdrawal of the southwest monsoon from the Rajasthan. If you look at the previous year question papers, questions related to monsoon have been asked repeatedly in the previous years. For example, this question was asked in the year 2014. And if you look at this practice question on your screen, it is related to retreating monsoon. In this line, the first statement reads that the entire country experiences dry weather during the period of retreating monsoon. Now, this is incorrect because during the retreating monsoon, Tamil Nadu receives heavy rainfall, and that is why first statement is incorrect. Second reads that this period is associated with cyclonic activity from Andaman Sea to eastern coast of India, which is a correct statement. And hence, the correct answer is B, that is 2 only. To know more about the characteristics of the Indian monsoon, go through the NCERT of class 11, that is India Physical Environment. And the last question for today is from the Indian Express, which is related to the triple dip La Nina. And this article has been written in the context of the extended La Nina, which is being witnessed in the Pacific Ocean. And if you look at the previous year question papers, questions have been asked related to El Nino and Indian Ocean Dipole, which have impact on Indian monsoons. For example, this question in the year 2017 was related to Indian Ocean Dipole and its characteristics. So the practice question that you see on your screen is related to the La Nina event. In this, the first statement is that the trade winds are stronger than usual in the Pacific Ocean. Now, this first statement is correct because the La Nina event is associated with trade winds that are stronger than normally what happens in the Pacific Ocean. If you look at the second statement, it reads that the warm water is collected on the western coast of South America. This statement is incorrect because it is the colder water which gets accumulated across the western coast of South America because of upwelling in this particular region. And that is why the correct answer in this case is A, that is 1 only. So in this line, you should learn more about La Nina and El Nino events which have impact on Indian monsoons from the prelims examination perspective. With this, we conclude today's discussion. Stay tuned for more such videos.